So that girl I met on eHarmony.
Yeah.
We're out to dinner last night, and like a klutz, I tipped my drink all over myself.
Oh, no.
And it's all down my shirt, a horrible stain, so embarrassing. And you'll never guess.
What?
She smiles, picks up her drink, spills it all over her top. So now we're...
No way.
Amazing, right?
At eHarmony, you'll find someone you can be yourself with. Get who gets you on eHarmony. Sign up for eHarmony today.
What if there was something that you enjoyed doing that physically felt good and mentally helped you feel good about the way your face looks as you get older? And it was 100% natural and something you could do yourself from home. You're listening to the Health Courage Collective podcast, episode 176, Improve the Future of Your Face with Face Yoga. Welcome to the Health Courage Collective podcast, the show for women who are too busy to slog through hours of generalized, inapplicable, and often contradictory health information, but too smart to ignore that a few minutes of focused attention now can prevent years of suffering in the future. I'm your host, Christina Hackett, a pharmacist who doesn't want you to live on prescriptions, a certified coach specifically trained to maximize your potential, and a compulsive learner obsessed with preventative, cutting-edge, holistic, and integrative medicine. I'm on a mission to increase your physical and mental resilience so you can fearlessly look forward to your next 40-plus limitless years. Your time is now. Let's go. Hi, my friend, and welcome to another episode. Today I have a special guest for you, but first, how's your mucin layer? Have you looked at the ingredient list of any of your commonly eaten foods? Protecting that gut wall layer and also your friendly bacteria from damage by industrial surfactants really can go a long, long way toward protecting you from the development and progression of all of the modern diseases of aging. Okay, today we get to talk about face yoga with my guest, Sharon Whittle. She's on a mission to spread the word about how face yoga can help you feel good about yourself as you age. She's also super fun, and she and I definitely share the same philosophy about how aging doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you and it's not something that needs to be fixed. But there are natural, enjoyable things that you can do now to age the way that you want to while still accepting change. Sharon loves helping women gain confidence and feel good about themselves and describes herself as a mum and perimenopausal flossom adventurer of this crazy ride we call life, which I love. I hope you enjoy our conversation. Hey, welcome. Thank you so much for being here today.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm excited to chat with you, Christina.
Yeah, I'm excited too. So I guess we'll start out by maybe you can tell us about you and what it means to be a face yoga coach.
Yeah, of course. Well, I kind of stumbled into face yoga a few years ago as I was fastly approaching menopause. It was during the pandemic as well, so we were sort of home a lot, and it felt overnight to me, but I'm sure it wasn't. But I suddenly kind of noticed changes in my complexion, along with a lot of other things. I wasn't sleeping particularly well at that time. I was definitely feeling much more anxious at night, things that I hadn't really struggled with before. And then I came across this face yoga workshop, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to give it a try. So I booked myself on, I locked myself in my bathroom, and I did this workshop. And honestly, after that one workshop, I felt that my skin looked like it had more color. It looked like there was more energy running in my face. I felt more relaxed. My face felt more relaxed, and I slept really well afterwards that night. So I was like, okay, this is amazing. You know, I've always been a bit of a fan of facials, and I've tried lots of different things, and I hadn't really done this approach before. So I thought, okay, I'm going to start doing it on a regular basis. And it wasn't long before I really started to notice the firmness back in my face. I started to notice that my complexion had more kind of depth and wasn't looking as sallow and as dull. I noticed my muscles felt much more relaxed, and I just really enjoyed the time that I was taking care of myself. So I then started learning more and more about the skin, and then I trained. I thought all women of this age, at this stage in life, needs to know about this way of taking care of their skin. So I trained to become a face yoga teacher and then started to teach the methods to other people. And also quickly, I feel like it was such a positive little domino effect, because you start taking care of yourself in one way, and then you start taking yourself a bit more, and then a bit more, and then a bit more. Mm-hmm. And one of the key elements of face yoga is kind of like the well-being hat. And we know, sort of really know with my skin now that everything that I'm feeling on the inside shows on the outside, and everything that I'm eating shows on my face. How I'm sleeping, how much I'm drinking, how stressed I am, all of those things kind of have a massive impact on our outwardly appearance and how our skin is aging. So it was just, beautiful addition to my life and now to my career. And I just want everybody to know about it, because it's an incredible way to just nurture yourself and take care of your skin at the same time.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I'm excited to learn more about it, but if I can tell you a little story first. So when I was in probably 8th grade, so I was like around 14, I went to a junior high on kind of the rough side of town where there were drugs and gangs and whatever. And one day in 8th grade, we had this substitute teacher who was an older guy. And when you're 14, everyone looks like way old, right? So, but I remember thinking, oh, he looks really good for being so old. And I was thinking, maybe he looks like he's 60 or something. And he told us that he was in his 80s and that he exercises his face. And he's like, the way that your body shows that it's healthy is you exercise the muscles, and that shows. So you can exercise your face. And he took us through this like face exercise routine that he does. And we're like 14-year-olds who are in kind of rough around the edges. And he's showing us this thing. And I always remembered that guy. And like, I kind of remember some of the exercises that he showed us. But from then on, I've always been like, you need to exercise your face. But I've never really known how, and I haven't done it. So I'm super excited to learn more about. I'm like totally sold from that guy when I was in 1994.
Well, it sounds like it was a very good kind of advertisement for it, and it's incredible that he was doing it.
I know.
He had this secret, because I feel like it's becoming well known now for good reason, but I feel like it's only just really coming into people's awareness that they can look after their faces in a very similar way to how they take care of their bodies. So, good for him. I
know. I'm like, that's so weird. So anyway, I've heard a couple of people say over the years, like, oh, you don't want to, these lines are called expression lines. You don't want to have more expressions because you worsen your wrinkles. And I'm like, I know that's not true because that guy looked great. So anyway, I don't know what you have to say about that.
So I'm definitely a pro-aging advocate. So what that means to me is kind of really doing what feels good to you as an individual, taking care of yourself from the inside out, but also from the outside in. Because I think, I really noticed with me, I'm at the other side of menopause now. So, and there are a lot of changes that are naturally occurring during this time. And we can support that as well. So by what we're doing, how we look after our bodies, we can do that with our faces. So I'm not here to say don't have any lines on your face. Smile. I love that in traditional Chinese medicine and in the East, they call the lines around your eyes joy lines. Because we need to, that's how we often show our personalities to other people. Our faces are definitely a calling card to the rest of the world. But equally, when you're kind of feeling stress on your face, when your muscles are tight, when you're holding tension kind of around your jaw, or you're really furrowing your brow all of the time, that kind of shows on your face as well. So face yoga is the full package. It really goes like beyond surface level skincare, and it works on bringing blood flow to the skin, bringing nutrients to the skin. It works on kind of easing and relaxing tension you might not even realize that you're holding in your face. Some of us, if I said to you, your listeners now, unclench your jaw, I bet they're going, oh wow, I've got my teeth like clenched so tight. And until you really have that awareness of your face, you're not maybe going to notice it unless it manifests itself as maybe tension headaches or grinding your teeth or kind of jaw pain. So it really helps on that wellness side of things as well. But yeah, we work on isolating certain muscles because, like our bodies, as we get older, and definitely after we kind of go through that transitional second spring of our life, again, as they say in the East, we are losing muscle mass a little bit. So we know that we need to work our muscles in our bodies, and our faces can really benefit from working those muscles as well. We can lose a bit of volume as we get older. So by working the muscles, you know, they're not big muscles in the face, and they do work slightly different from the body. They are all joined together, but it doesn't take long before you kind of think, oh yeah, I can feel like the scaffolding underneath my skin is becoming more firmer and lifted and toned. So it's not about trying, you know, this thing that we have now, I feel like, in society where we're supposed to look 20 forever. It's not about that. It's about looking and feeling your best, because as I was getting older, I felt more confident about who I was. I definitely learned a lot more life lessons along the road, but I was kind of losing confidence because my outside appearance was changing. And I thought, like, now the way that I take care of my skin, I feel confident in how my skin is aging because I know how to take care of it and support it naturally. So yes, I say hats off to that teacher who had kind of discovered this all that time ago and was passing it on to you at a young age, but you're probably only now just thinking, oh yeah.
Right. Yeah, at the time, it doesn't seem like the audience that wanted to learn about it, but I always remembered that guy. Okay, so how would you, so face yoga, you are targeting certain muscles and is it like repetitions of a certain facial expression that will strengthen the muscles, or what exactly is it?
Yeah. Well, there's 5 key elements to it. So it works in 5 key elements, one of them being face exercise. So some of our muscles are a little bit underused, and we too sort of isolate and target certain areas to build lift, strength, and tone. So especially kind of around your jaw, you can kind of keep some definition and strength around that area. Working the cheeks on a regular basis helps to kind of keep everything lifted. And also that's where we can lose a bit of the fat pads as we get older, lose a bit of volume. So you're kind of building those muscles so they just have that support underneath the skin. So we work certain muscles, but also we learn to relax certain muscles. So like I said, we can often hold our emotions in our faces. We can hold a lot of tension, like around the jaw. We can express a lot in the forehead. So we kind of try to learn to relax certain areas of the face, reduce tension that we're holding in the face. So that kind of creates a more like relaxed, more open appearance. And as a byproduct, you have a lot less tension headaches and a lot less jaw pain and all of those things. So it's all connected. We kind of loosen up around the shoulders. That can affect the face. So you're kind of working on relaxing muscles as well. Facial massage. I could go on and on about the benefits of massaging the face. So really helps to bring blood flow to the skin surface. So that helps to bring nutrients to our skin, helps kind of any stagnation in the face. So you kind of get that lovely, healthy glow with massage. It also helps to like promote healthier collagen and elastin as you're getting older because you're stimulating that blood flow to the skin. And then we do quite a lot of detoxification with lymphatic drainage as well. So that's a very kind of gentle massage, but it really helps with any puffiness around the face and around the eyes, and just helps you to have a clearer, brighter complexion. So massage is a big part. And then a lot of it's based on the science of the skin and the muscles and the anatomy and how it works. And then some of it's based on kind of Eastern influences, techniques and procedures that they've kind of practiced for thousands of years and just passed them down from generation to generation. So we do acupressure as well. Again, that pressing little acupressure points on the face really helps to release some tension in the face. It helps to bring blood flow to that area, and it kind of just can help with things like stress and anxiety. It can help with like eye strain. So we do kind of little acupressure points. And then the fifth element, which is probably is more important probably than all the others, is the well-being side. So everything that we're doing for our bodies is going to affect our cells, how we're aging, our muscles, how we're feeling, like when we feel good on the inside, that just shows on the outside. So yeah, it's kind of all of those things all together. And things like posture as well, because we're often in modern day life, we're kind of hunched over a desk, you know, and that again can just affect our skin, but also how, you know, our physiology and how we're feeling. So it is a full package, but you only need to really practice a little bit every day to see and feel the benefits of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Awesome. So exercising the muscles, relaxing the muscles, massaging, acupressure, and then total wellness, which I would assume it would include movement and what you eat and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, reducing your stress. Obviously, stress can have a big impact on your cells and your, you know, everything that's bad for our bodies really is bad, going to probably show on our faces. So we do a lot with relaxation within face yoga as well. And mindset is huge, because if you're kind of coming, and I probably did come at it from this angle initially, coming at it from, oh, I don't like how this is looking. I don't like, you know, I don't like this on my face. And, you know, but what I think what happened quite naturally for me is then I started to feel better, and I started to look better, and I started to feel better. And then it started to shift why I was doing it. I did it because I loved the results and I enjoyed it, but it wasn't from a place of like hating the changes that were occurring. So we work on mindset quite a bit as well, because our thoughts are essentially our reality, aren't they? So.
Right. Yeah, I love that. Doing it because you love it and it makes you feel good, not because you are trying to fix something that's wrong with you.
Yes, because that's never ending. You'll fix one thing, and then you'll find something else you don't like, and then you find, it's just trying to shift that as well, like find what you like about yourself, try to just feel very confident about, because aging is a natural part of life. You know, aging is, if we're lucky enough, is what's happening to most. You know, we're sitting here now, Christina, and we're getting older by the second. So aging is natural, and it's just trying to do that so you feel like you have that vitality, have that confidence, so you then kind of live your life in the way that feels good for you. So
yeah, I love that. How long, if you were to start doing face yoga, how long does it take usually to see results from it, do you think?
So I would say that probably varies from person to person. And again, that can depend on your kind of lifestyle as well. But I definitely noticed the difference after doing one workshop. And you'll feel good. And that'll feel kind of a bit like, you know, you do class, a bit like you've had a facial, you know, you feel kind of glowing, energized. You've got that lovely kind of tingling sensation in your skin. It's alive. And then that will fade off. So to really get results, it is just doing a little bit, maybe a little bit of massage, a couple of exercises, taking some nice deep breaths, doing it just a little bit every single day. And then that's when you start to really see results. And I think you will start to I think you probably feel it first, and then you kind of start to see it, and then other people start to see it. So like 2 weeks, you're definitely going to start to see a difference if you're constantly doing it. But it's like going to the gym. You know, you go to the gym, you work your muscles. If you stopped, then you won't feel that result. Your muscles aren't going to stay strong. But you can stop, and then you can come back to it, and you still have that muscle memory and kind of pick it up. But yeah, I think you get to the stage where you're like me, when you miss it, when you don't do it. So it's just, I think it's just trying to fit it into your day, not make it so it's something else to do, but something you look forward to doing before you go to bed, maybe. And you can even when you know a few exercises, you can just kind of do one in the middle of the day, then one while you're making a cup of tea or something, and you know, kind of do it that.
Okay. Yeah. So just a little bit of time every day that you kind of look forward to.
Yes, just a little bit of skincare, just like the part of your skincare routine. And I would say it's very much kind of self-care as well.
Yeah. Let's see, we already talked about some benefits to your structure of your face, but also to your skin. Is there anyone who shouldn't do face yoga?
So I would say if you've had maybe cosmetic procedures, then you would want to kind of get your physician to say when it's okay for you to do them. And obviously, if you do that, there's certain areas of your face that you can't then move. And I would always go with a teacher. There's a lot of sort of apps and things out there. And I think that if you go with a qualified teacher, they're going to tell you how to hold your face so that no lines are created while you're doing it, how to position yourself properly. They sort of remind you to relax the rest of your face. So it's definitely a bit like maybe doing a yoga class. You just want to make sure that you're getting the techniques correct. But yeah, it's so worth it. So yeah, I'm in the middle of working on a course right now, and it's for kind of mostly like menopausal ladies, because it's really working with how the skin changes as we go through this time to support it. And it's just 7 days, 15-minute sessions every day, and you can just follow it step by step each day. So then you're kind of working on all areas. So something like that is really good, to just be able to have something you can just follow along, quickly do, get it into your day, have that 15 minutes, and then go on to the next day and do it the next one.
Yeah, that's awesome. And to have be able to see and make sure you're doing it correctly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, that'll be fun. Do you know when your course will be finished?
So in the middle of working on it, I'm hoping it's going to be launched beginning of November.
Oh, perfect.
And then and that's just one that you can just keep replaying it.
Yeah.
As and when. So you can kind of do it for 7 days, and then if you have a couple of days that are your favorites, you can just go back in and do those ones. But I think, yeah, you definitely would sort of see the difference then from kind of following along for those 7 days.
Yeah, awesome. Oh, are there any safety concerns or bad side effects of face yoga or anything like that? Could you hurt yourself, I guess, by doing it wrong?
So I would always say we're all individuals, and everybody should just listen to their bodies, their intuition when they're doing it. So there's certain exercises that maybe we put our heads back. Obviously, if you have neck issues, or you've had whiplash, or you have pain in that area, then you wouldn't do that. You would just kind of do what feels good and just skip, a bit like an exercise class. You just do what works for your body. And I think it's really good. What's lovely about face yoga is like I said earlier, you get a bit of an awareness of your face, and you can learn I concentrate here, and I'm always this is something that I still do, like furrowing in my brow, or throughout the day, and at night I'm clenching my jaw. You can sort of learn to relax those areas. So the nice thing is you get an awareness, and you can just listen to your body. So I would say do that. If you're doing an exercise doesn't feel right for you, just don't do that one. Just do the ones that feel good for you. And you only need to do with face yoga any of the exercises for up to a minute. You don't need to do any of them for any more than that to be able to get full benefit. So you're always kind of holding each one for no longer than a minute at a time.
That sounds good. And I know you mentioned, so massage and maybe some of the other things, but you had talked about reducing eye strain. And I know that that's a problem that maybe people don't even realize they have, especially when we're on the computer all the time. So that seems like a huge benefit of...
Yeah, and one thing I'd say about our eyes, so like I was saying earlier, there's some of our muscles where we hold all of our emotion, we hold our expressions, we hold our attention. Our eye muscles, actually, we tend to underuse quite a bit. So we tend to sort of move our heads if we're looking. We're not always using the muscles in and around the eyes. So again, it can really helps and can benefit us from just kind of targeting the eye muscles, awakening them, because we also lose a little bit of moisture in our eyes as we get older. So even just doing simple kind of eye movements, we're starting to activate the eye muscles, and we bring some moisture to our eye muscles, and just that really can help the health of your eyes, as well as engaging the little muscles in and around the eyes. So eye exercise is incredible for helping with any hollows under the eyes. We're helping to keep some lift in the top area of the eyes. And what's that? It's all natural. There's no kind of chemicals going in your skin. You're just enhancing on what you have. You know, you still feel like you, but you just feel like the best version of you. And I think I even think that the act of just that bit of self-care really just makes you feel good going out into the world and just feel, you know, glowing, healthy, you know, having skin that you just feel is vibrant with health.
Yeah, I love that.
Glow.
Yeah. Yeah, not being pretty to just be an ornament that looks good or whatever, but I feel like you're a more effective person when you feel good about who you are and you're able to help other people more.
Yeah, I know. I think that we have this thing where we're almost not meant to say that we want to look good. But before, when I used to be a hairdresser in a previous life, and you know, just instantly, just someone coming in, having a color refresh and a haircut, you know, they kind of go from maybe like a little bit to going out with their head. You know, it really does affect our all over well-being when we feel good about how we present ourselves as well in the world. So I think, yeah, we want to kind of look a little bit healthy, a bit glowing, you know, and that feeling, it feels really good to get some heat in our muscles, in our faces, some energy in the muscles in our faces. So it just has a lovely, for me and lots of my clients, just a very lovely kind of well-being side to it, and you just feel really confident. And I think that's what we want as we get ladies, as we get a little bit older. We don't want to lose confidence because we've lost the sense of self, or we don't recognize ourselves when we look in the mirror. We want to feel the best version of ourselves going forward, I think.
Yeah, and I love the whole, like, you can still do whatever skincare stuff you want to do, but this is like a great way to get benefits without having to add a bunch of products or go get injections or whatever.
Yeah, because I feel like with Botox, maybe you get that so you don't get the sort of maybe the same instant result that you do, but it's more of a gradual getting better and better and better and better. So you don't have that roller coaster of, oh, it looks good and then it fades off, and then you have to do it again, and it looks good and then it fades off. A little bit like maybe the upkeep of having Botox. And also it works really with the health of the muscles. So like I said, as we get older, we obviously do naturally lose some muscle mass, and our muscles do need to be worked to stay stronger. If we're kind of maybe freezing that muscle, very hard for that muscle, to get any kind of nutrients to the skin or to the muscle because we're not moving it, but also, you know, you start to maybe get a little bit of atrophy in your face because you're not moving the muscle. So yeah, it's just like I said, I feel like all women should know about it because it's a little bit of effort, but it just really makes a big difference. A bit like, you know, like going to the gym, moving your body, all of those things, meditation, all the things that we do for the health of our body, we can help our faces in the same way, in a natural way. So it's not about saying you're not going to get any older. We're all going to get older, and changes do occur. It's kind of about accepting the changes, accepting the age that you are now, but looking and feeling your best alongside that.
Yeah, that's awesome. So how do we learn more about how to get started with face yoga?
So you can definitely reach out to me. I will answer any questions that anybody has. So you can go on my website, thehappyface.org, or I'm over on Instagram as well. So that's face yoga _ the happy face. So you can reach out there. I would just, the one thing I would just say is there's lots of advice out there. Definitely go with somebody who knows, who's done the training, learn about the skin, learn about the face, learn about all of the positionings with it, because you don't want to do it wrong.
Yeah.
So you don't want to be making faces that, I mean, our number one rule with face yoga is that no lines are created. So we use our hands to smooth out different areas of the face when we're doing exercises. They're isolated. You kind of do them for a minute at a time. So you're kind of doing them all correctly. And then it's amazing but you just don't want to be kind of doing something and doing more harm than good.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. So we can find you on your website and on Instagram. Is there anything else that I missed about face yoga that we need to know about?
I think we covered quite a lot there, Christine.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, just little and often, anything, even something as simple as taking some deep breaths in the day is going to help your lymphatic system. It's going to help to bring some fresh oxygen into your body. There's so many little things that we can do for our well-being that has an incredible impact on our skin. And like our bodies, so many things that can age us or kind of make us ill are the same kind of thing. So if our stress, that affects our face, that breaks down the collagen and elastin in our bodies. Unfortunately, sorry, people, I know that's always feels like you're sharing something really bad because, life, well, and I think a lot of people think that it does naturally decrease, but it doesn't just, there's definitely things that we can do to keep our collagen and elastin healthy, and there's definitely things that we can do to keep all our cells healthy. So I think it's important to kind of know that it's just not like you have no control.
Yeah.
We all definitely have a little bit, we're not completely in control, but we definitely will have a little bit of control about our choices, what we do. And that can have a positive impact on how we feel and how we look.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. There's definitely things. It is inevitable, but we can definitely decrease and slow down and delay a lot of this stuff that can happen. So
yes,
that's
definitely.
What I
and I think the most important thing is just feel confident, feel good about who you are. Don't hate the changes, but just to embrace those changes while looking as happy, sort of healthy, happy as you can with that. So there's definitely a certain amount of acceptance, I think. And I think it's kind of hard it's hard because there is so many procedures out there that the expectation is almost for women to never age. And I think as face yoga teachers, we're kind of trying to change that, make it a normal part of life, but while supporting it.
Yeah.
A little bit like you do with your advice for the body. It's just supporting what happens naturally.
Mm-hmm.
So we, look and feel good and honor the age that we are as well.
Well, we will have to come check out your website and we'll be excited to see your course when it comes out so that we can all follow along with somebody who knows what they're doing so that we do it right.
Yes. Yeah, I'm excited about it. I'm kind of doing it. I'm enjoying doing it for myself as well, but just really cherry picking some really good exercises that you can do and get maximum benefit from as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hey, well, I'm super excited. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, Christine. It's been fun to talk about this. I'm very passionate, so I'm glad. I just want everybody to know about it.
Fun, right? I'll put a link in the show notes to her website, which is thehappyface.org. At the time we recorded this, her course wasn't open yet, but once it is, I'm going to sign up for it. I'll be happy to pay for it, and I will try to remember to report back with how it's going. Thank you so much for being here today. Next week, we're going to talk about how envy affects how you age. I think it won't be what you think. Until then, think about what you can do to enjoyably nourish your face and don't be normal. Thank you so much for tuning into the Health Courage Collective podcast. I am truly honored that you have paid me the enormous compliment of your time and attention. I would be so grateful if you would share this podcast with someone you know and subscribe so you never miss an episode. This podcast is for entertainment and information purposes only. Statements and views on this podcast are not medical advice. This podcast, including Christina Hackett and producers, disclaim responsibility for any possible adverse events by use of information contained herein. If you think you have a medical problem, consult a licensed physician.